What up guys, this is Kong and I'm back again for another movie review. Today I'm going to be talking about Every Day. It's a love story. I don't watch a lot of love stories. It's just, there's not a lot of good love movies. Just not well executed. Not well executed. It just doesn't really, the story doesn't really appeal to me yet. I'm a big romantic guy, but it just doesn't, a lot of those love movies doesn't really appeal to me. It just doesn't feel natural, doesn't feel real. I guess that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. But anyway, this beside the point. I'm gonna talk about the pros and the cons and what I thought about the movie overall and my suggestion and the scores. Let's talk about the pros. I love the concept and the idea of a boy who go into the new bodies every day, and he experienced a new family, a new life, a new experience, and which is really interesting. You know, you get to hear and see his point of view that his life is never the same every day. It's different every day. I thought that was really interesting. It's just it draws you into the characters. Inagori Rice. I'm sorry if I'm butchering her first name. I can't pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce her first name. She did an amazing job as a 16-year-old girl falling in love with A. She was sweet, innocent, and genuine. And you could tell she's certainly looking for love. She was certainly looking for a companion. She was truly, if you can tell, she was truly falling in love with our character got A. It's just like, wow, she did a really wonderful job portraying that innocent, that sweet, genuine, innocent, and authentic 16-year-old girl. And you don't see that authenticity in movies like in a lot of these love movies. You don't really see that. It's just hard to see and find those movies, and she really pulled it off. She nailed it really well, and I feel like I understand her. I felt her, what she's going through, and I understand her in her pain, and understand what she's going through. So that's why it makes her so much genuine, so much authentic, and an authentic person, an authentic character in the movies. A sound and talk like an actual person with experience and histories. I feel like I know him throughout the movie. I feel like got to know him as a real person, as we were friends or buddies or an acquaintance. You know, I feel like he was fleshed out. You know, the writer really thought about his character, thought about the person who he is, his manner and his mind, and it's just well executed. Even though he was in a new body each turn, those guys who are, you know, acting, they did a wonderful job portraying A, and kudos to those guys for being A. You guys did a wonderful job. You showed that A was still in there, was still him, and I was like, wow, really beautiful. These guys really nailed it. They did their part. They were believable, and A was still in there. His essence, his mind was still in their body. It was like wonderful. And I love the point where A was pointing out the struggle of Rihanna being in love with him, because every day he's in a new body that she doesn't know where he is, how to find him, and the struggle is hard. It's not an easy road, and I like that it points out that, because not all relationships are perfect, and that is true. You know, not all of it is perfect. Not all of it is lovey-dovey. It's ups and downs. You have the good and bad, and the wonderful. And I like that they show that. The love between A and Rihanna fell in love on authentic. It looked real. It looked just like they were a match for each other. They were meant for each other. They belonged to each other. I just that these characters, they were meant, like I keep saying, I have to say it because they are meant for each other. You can tell, even though they were acting by these other characters, but you feel like these characters were meant for each other and they belong to each other. And you could tell that they were on the same mindset. They were on the same level with each other. So it's like, wow, and so I appreciate that. Like, I like that. I'm like, huh. It's like, wow, like these characters, they found each other, they love each other, and they know that they are meant to be together. It touched on the subject of love, growing apart, being with each other, being honest with each other. So I like that. And then at some point, and then another thing is, there's some point it was cheesy and funny, and I laugh because, as a 16-year-old, you don't get it. You don't quite understand. But as you get older, you understand and you laugh about it. And I appreciated that. Like, as an adult man, I appreciate, now that I look back, I'm like, oh, now I understood why I didn't quite understand that, what all of that is all about, how to react, what to think. So it's like, wow, interesting. The con, the movie is not meant for me. It's directed at a younger age, 18 and under, and I'm almost twice the age of that. But even though I still go watch it because I was intrigued, I was interested, and I was interested going watching this movie, and it felt like it was a worthy movie. It's like, wow, I'm glad I went in. And another thing is that I wish the ending was okay for what it is. It was fine for what it is, but I wish that A has found his original body, and he had came back to her, to Rihanna, to be with her. I thought that would have been a more fulfilling, a more happy ending for the character and for themselves. I thought that would have been more sweet for the couples, for them, and they deserve it. All the struggle that they went through, they deserve to be together. That's just me, and they deserve so. So, for the score I give this movie, I originally started with a 5, then I moved it to a 6, and I know I'm moving it to a 7. I think the 7th, the highest I can give this movie. The reason I give it a 7 is because this movie, despite that I'm not the target demographic, the character would make me remember them. I will remember A, I will remember Rihanna and their love for each other and the struggle they went through. To me, that was what I will remember about this movie. Is even though at some point it's cheesy, but the story and the acting was so well done. Especially Rihanna, she feels so authentic, so real, so innocent, sweet. She portrays so wonderfully. That's why I give it a 7, because I remember those characters, and they are memorable. They are real. They are authentic. That's why I give it a 7, because I will remember them. In my mind, I will. So that's why I give it a 7. And I didn't think I was gonna like this movie or enjoy this movie, but I actually did enjoy this movie, and it made me glad I went to watch this movie. I really did, and glad I went to watch this movie because it was fleshed out. It was really good. The acting was wonderful, and that's why I give it a 7, guys. Would I recommend you watching? Yes, I would recommend you watching. It does give you, I would say, topic. It touches the topic on love, struggles, and that sort of thing. But mostly it's targeted for, like I said, under 18. And this movie is really for couples, because obviously it's for love and it's about relationships and all that sort of stuff. It's targeted couples and teen. But however, I would recommend you watching it because I like the idea of going to a new body each day and experiencing new life that is never the same. And this made me think, what is it like to be in that position? So anyway, guys, I would say thank you so much for your time and effort to watching my movie review of Every Day. And I really do appreciate it. Please like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, browse my YouTube channel, and press the bell button. So therefore, you will get notice and update that I've uploaded a video for you. So every day, will it be a different experience for you or not? That is up to you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.